Welcome back. Happy New Year. Today we're gonna try some new stuff. We're gonna try to go through, we're just gonna do some building videos on my channel too. So there might be a couple of videos where it's just me building and then me painting the things I built. We'll see how it goes, I don't know. Because it doesn't make sense, like right off the bat, it doesn't make sense to just go build this guy and then paint him right after. Because then I have to then I'm priming just like one thing at a time and that kind of sucks. So maybe we'll just do a couple builds, see how that goes, see what you guys think, and then go from there. So today we're gonna be building the Krulghast Cruciator for our Nighthaunt army. Always use the instructions. Don't think that you're better than that. And then for plastic models, I like to use the Tamiya extra thin cement. It's really good and it gets things where it's supposed to be. So let's find our pieces. So here's piece 2. I try to clip it as close to the spot where it's supposed to be as possible. Some people like to clip it away from it and then file it down, but I prefer less filing. Thank you. So 2 and 1 we're looking for. So it would be this guy. And we got this big old meaty piece right here. Okay. And then we go through with our little file like this. One side is rounded and one side's flat. And we just go over our little nubs that we were on. Try to get those as flat as possible. Problem with Nighthaunt models is that they are so spindly. They have like lots of little bits, and they're really floppy. You want this to be flat right here because this is the part that's going to go on the base. So do your best to sand that flat. You don't always have to get your nubbies off. Sometimes I get lazy and don't do it, but since this guy is like an HQ piece, we'll want to have him looking pretty nice. Just do it like in a, don't push hard on your file and just let it kind of roll on the piece. Okay, so that's that. Let me get our cement open and look at how it, see how it hooks together, which looks like it has like a little groove in here that this piece will sit right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our cement and just drop it in there. The thing that it's ultra thin is that it'll kind of find the corners and sit in there. So it makes it a lot better in the long run. So we just set that there. Let that guy go. And then and plastic glue melts the plastic, so it just melts it together for like a really strong bond. And it's pretty quick, so you don't have to be standing here holding it together while it sets or anything like that. You might with like heavy pieces, but these guys are not heavy. And when you're assembling these things like this is when you're kind of getting the whole picture. As you go, you might want to decide, leave some pieces separate for painting later on. So this piece is like this, and it's like this orientation in this picture. So this is going to go here. It's going to lock in between those two pieces right there. So let's get this and get glue on all of that. You can't use too much glue to where it starts like spilling everywhere, and then you get a little bit of a mess. You can get your fingerprints on these models. If you do that, you can always brush over it again with the lights, this cement right here, and it'll kind of get rid of your fingerprint. It kind of smooths it out a little bit because, like I said, it does melt the model. So just putting it over the top of some sections there. Okay, now we need piece 4, which is this one. And I have moved now, so I'm in my house, my forever home. So forgive me if the camera's a little weird and stuff right now. I'm still trying to figure everything out in this new setup, and because I moved and everything had to be detached and everything, so I'm trying to get it back to how it was, and we'll see. Again, we're just filing down those little nubs. I like to go in one direction. So I just like to file it in one direction so that it's just taking away a little bit at a time and not just chunking it off. And I think I keep hitting this camera with my head, so that's cool. At least we know that's back to normal. It looks like this is like this in the picture, and this connects in here. In here somewhere. Let's give it a little... Ooh, people are honking. This goes like... Nope, it's like this. Wait, no, I'm wrong. Here's this. This piece, it wants this edge to go on here. Is it on here? Is it in there? It might be in this little slot right here. Let's see. It seems right, but it doesn't seem right. Let me take a gander here. So this is like this, obviously. And it says there's like a little piece in there. Does it go in here? Might go in here. Yeah, it goes in here like this. Okay. So we can take a look at the box. It's this piece. It's definitely under something, so let's take this and put it in there, and it's probably attaching to this side of this. Now that we're looking at it like that. So let's kind of slide this in here. Oop. Like that, and then just we let the glue do its job in there. Let it be in there. Let it do its thing. Okay, piece 5 looks like it goes across the chest. Goes to the arm. Let me see if we can see it on this little picture here. This piece right here. So let's look at the little nub, get that off. Okay, let's hold it here. So it looks like we're going in here probably from this little corner here to here. That would be my guess. And there's a kitty cat in here now. Sometimes it helps to have some tweezers and stuff in here. Let's just make sure that this all gets put where it's supposed to. Here we go. Okay, I think that's right. I think that's right. Meow. Oh, I hit the camera again, okay. So now we get this big cross thing that it has. Whoop. And 7, which is this piece right here. On these little pieces that have like a lot of thin pieces, you want to clip farthest away from some of them most of the time so that it doesn't bend and break the piece off when you're cutting it, because that could happen too. There's a lot of things you have to be careful of when you're building the Nighthaunt models. And even like when they're built, doesn't mean that's not gonna break. Like, that's one thing that kind of sucks about them, is that they're very fragile models. Just checking on the cat, see where he's at. I've seen some comments recently on some videos talking shit on my airbrushing skills, or lack thereof. I appreciate the comments. Definitely going to, if I'm going to be using them more, definitely be thinning my paints a lot more to see if that works. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so this has a little slot right here. Put the paint on. The glue, and let me just pop that in there. And then this piece slots onto this guy. Right here. Oops, now it's pushing on. No, it stayed. Okay, good. Oh, no, it didn't. Ah! The piece from before got a little... Let's just drop some glue on there to make sure it sets in there. Okay. Now that we got that on, we should be able to lay it kind of flat, yeah. And we're doing the head and the chain, so let's get this off. Just be careful when you're taking these out. You don't want to rip it out. So that, and here's the head. So see how this has like a little piece right here? So just be careful when you're cutting those. Okay, so let's get the file again. Hopefully the cars aren't too loud in the video here. Okay, then this guy. Be careful filing this piece. You don't have to file it. You can use an X-Acto knife or something too, if you want to. Okay. So now put some glue there, and then this should just slot in. But then it needs to go to these back two spots right there, here and here. So we'll do like drop of glue there, drop of glue there, and then put some glue there to get the head on. Remember, like, the orientation is gonna be like this, so to help point your head in a better direction, make sure you kind of lay it how it's going to be. Okay, and then we just get the arms. So 10 is the right arm. So this dude's pretty cool. He supports ranged characters, the ranged chain gas, I believe. He's the newest model in the range for them, which is pretty cool to get a model. And here's his other arm. And then the sprue, you can check it again, just make sure it's empty, but it's empty. Let me get our file. Get those pieces nice and flat. Same thing here, we have like this top piece right here that was on the skull that's not so pretty that we got to fix. Okay, everything else seems pretty good. Okay. So now, I'm gonna put this together. And it's going to attach here and here on this little teeny arm. So let's put that there. Ooh. And this is where shaky hands are the worst. But like I said, you just gotta fight it. There we go. I felt it lock in there, so we put a little bit more glue on his elbow just to help it set. And then we gotta do the same thing here with this piece. And this is going directly in there like that. And then this is two pieces. So let's squish that together, and that should hold indefinitely. And there he is, doing his little magic. That's pretty cool. And this is going to be gluing them to the base. So for gluing them to the base, I've been using plastic glue this whole time, but to glue stuff to the base, I usually always use super glue. And that is because the plastic glue takes a lot longer to set on the base. I gotta poke a hole in this, hold on. Let me stab myself. It's a lot easier to get them where you want them, and then it's a lot more stable connection. And then if you do need to take it off later for some reason, what you have to do is just throw it in the freezer and it'll pop off. What I'm doing is I'm listening to see if there's air coming out of this, because it has been trying to poke a hole in it here. Ugh. Have to get a new one. Let's try poking it again. Jesus. Sorry about this. I didn't realize it was this bad. That's why it's always important to keep your stuff clean. This thing doesn't clear it. There we go. There we go. And then for these, you want to clean those off because you don't want that on your model. Okay, so then we just put some dabs on here. Flip this guy over. I also have some accelerator. If you want to do that, you can put the accelerator on there, but I find it's not really necessary. And you just set them on here. Try to get these pieces flat. Just let them sit for a second. Cool. And that is how you build the Krulghast Cruciator. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Whoops! Alright, well, maybe give it a little bit more time to set up than I did. Here, let's just do this. So you get your accelerator, and then you can do this, and then you just give it a little spray and hold it for like 10 seconds. And then that should be on there now. Yeah. So yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.